What's good, everyone? Back with another Fair Shake review, and we're finally going to be talking about Silk Sonic's debut project, An Evening with Silk Sonic, hosted by Bootsy Collins. I'm long overdue talking about this project. I listened to it like as soon as it came out, but I took my time to doing this review. But yeah, I'm just gonna go quickly through some of these tracks and what I think of it, the project overall. Let's hop straight into it. First off, we got to talk about the intros, the Silk Sonic intro, which actually did come out early too, the same time as Leave the Door Open came out. But it does set the mood perfectly, let you know exactly what kind of vibe we're going for. We taking it back to some good old 70s soul, and I love the drum work in this. Like the drum work in just this intro already just let you know, ooh, that boy Andy, ooh, cold on them drums, man. So be prepared to hear some of that. And then we get straight into Leave the Door Open, the big single, the breakout single of the group being a thing, the announcement, and everyone knows there's no real words needed for this. I mean, it's already nominated for Grammys, and it's no surprise why. This mug is smooth like a newborn, this was definitely a perfect introduction to see what the whole project is going to be about. This real throwback soul vibe with the wonderful talents of these two gentlemen, and we'll get and a little bit more into what they both each bring to this as we continue through the tracks. Like the next track, Fly As Me. Like when I heard this mug, I had the instant stank face on. Like as soon as that guitar and bass groove popped in there, it's just like, yes, I'm ready. Give it to me right now. Loved it. And then Anderson .Paak comes through, getting that real cool slick talking flow on this mug all over this piece. And it just like, yeah, it even slick lines like, I'm trying to bull you up like we had the Apollo. It's just like okay, now have you ever been with a player? Treat you like the mayor. It's just like, yeah, it's just like, oh snap. Just the style to it, and yeah, it just makes you want to sing along, especially once you get to the end, And come along, children, let's say L, Y. Have you ever been anybody this fly? It's just like, it's so infectious. It's so good, and it's probably like one of my it's like my favorite track, if not counting one of the singles. So now you have to be in suspense of which single I think is like my favorite track of this whole thing, huh? So after this is After Last Night, and I just love the harmonies throughout the song, because this has Bootsy Collins doing his little inserts of chatting up the girl in between, and then Thundercat joins in. He probably helps a little bit on the bass, but I know for sure he helps with the background vocals, and the 3-part harmonies they end up doing are just so freaking good. And yeah, so I really love the vocal production in this, and this is definitely that after sex song that you would end up hearing like after like a sex scene in a movie or whatever, and it's just like, yeah, after last night, I think I'm in love with you. And then also the guitar section that was in there, the guitar solo that was in there, towards getting towards the bridge section, that was so good. Loved it. And Smoking Out the Window, this was the third single from them, and let me just say, man, this is such a dang gone groove. It's definitely one of the songs that I feel was kind of like the perfect modernization of the 70s soul sound, and I think like parts of it made it sound like it was kind of like how you would use sample loops and chops, the way they did the instrumentation on it. And I also think it's like one of the best distributions between Bruno and Andy. I think they both equally bring something special to it, and they kind of split the workload in half. Like, I mean, throughout the whole project, they do keep a pretty good balance between both of them together, but I just feel like you really get to see each of them shine really, really well in this one. Then next is Put on a Smile. This is like the true heartbreak song, and it really shows. This is another one that shows where their strength lies as a unit, because when the lyrics need the pain and the emphasis put on that, I feel like Anderson really takes the reins there and knows like how to bring that pain in because of the tone of his voice. And then when you need the dexterity and prettiness in the melodies, that's when we have Bruno take the lead, and they just kill this. Like, it's beautiful the whole way through. The instrumentation, the singing, it's just woo. Let me put on a smile, put on a smile. It's just like the harmonies, and it's just it's so good. You. That's my trying to do Bruno and switching to Andy's with the little bit of rasp for Andy, and then the smoothness for Bruno's falsettos and stuff. So good. Next, you get 777, which is definitely a really funky and bombastic kind of jam, and like it really is a fun feel to match the Vegas theme, but in my opinion, it is the weakest song on this project. I've seen some other reviewers have a similar opinion that it is a little bit weak, but it's still fantastic. One that I will continue to put on the playlist and jam to. Next, the second single, Skate. Now, Skate here, I feel it really serves its purpose perfectly, because of the groove and how it really gives like that skating vibe. Like, it's just that feel good, get on the floor, jam, or if you're actually on your skates, go out there and glide across the rink, and yeah, it's just a really fun and jovial vibe, and I love it. Then the final track, Blast Off. It's really, really, really pretty and psychedelic, and I just think that it has some incredible harmonies in this as well. Also, the musical break that they have, like right in the middle, is another incredible part of the song, and it just continues to get better from there as they just do a whole bunch more fantastic things with the harmonies, with the instrumentation, the guitar solos, and then they continue to modulate towards the end. I thought that was really, really, really cool. Like the way they end this project, it's a great send off for the project, and yeah, it's dope. So I didn't actually say which single was my favorite, and that was on purpose. So I just wanted to end it off by saying exactly which one is my favorite, and it's actually Smoking Out the Window. It might actually be my favorite song on the whole entire project outside of Fly As Me. And the funny thing is, Smoking Out the Window apparently is the song that they first worked together on. And then they were like, you know what? Yeah, let's work together more, and maybe this could be a thing. This song, Smoking Out the Window, dog, it's just so good. Like, the from the lyrics too, like it's playful and and yet it's still kind of like, oh, you could tell something bad happened. It's just like, dang, smoke it out the window. You got $35, $45 that Chuck E. Cheese. Got the kids running like it's Chuck E. Cheese. And it's like, not to be dramatic, but I wanna die. This chick gives. It's just like, yeah, it just the whole construction of the thing is just wow, wonderful, and I love every second of it. It's amazing. The video is great. It's seriously like the best combo between the two. Truly. But they did amazing work throughout the entire project. Like I mentioned before, like how it's kind of shown and put on a smile. They really play to everybody's strengths whenever they need the melodies to be extremely pretty or versatile with a lot of high notes and nice and kind of like that nice glossy feel to it to get Bruno going through there. But then when you want a little bit more rasp and grit and maybe even a little pain or just even that slick talk, they hand that over to Andy, and he brings that because that's just who he is naturally, and so they just really play to each other's strengths. You get Andy also killing it with the grooves. You get Bruno and the rest of his songwriting crew coming through with the instrumentation as well. Just like the combination of these two was a match made in heaven, as they say. And yeah, I this whole project is stellar from beginning to end. I mean, we do have the slightly less awesome 777, but it's not necessarily an instant skip every time, you know. So it's definitely worthy to be in a playlist, and it's definitely going to be played when listening to the whole album all the way through. So, and this is definitely an album that you could just play, just turn it on and vibe. And yeah, so fantastic album, but I want to know what you guys think, so tell me down below, what are your thoughts on this album? Do you think it's like album of the year material? Because I think it really is. It truly is that good. One of my favorite albums this entire year, and it was a long wait to get it, but I'm happy with the end result. It would have been cool to have more songs, but I still feel like they were able to capture this sound very well with just the 9 tracks, and this definitely suffices. I know a lot of people say, you know, that I don't think they would be able to do anything else because they kind of stretched it out as much as they could, and then I've also heard some people say that they took the worst part of the 70s to emulate. I don't necessarily agree with that, but you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. So if you have any of those opinions, please leave them in the comment section below. I really want to know. And if you enjoyed watching this, you can end up hitting the like button. If you're here on the YouTube, you can subscribe for more reactions and reviews. And just so you know, I also have a Patreon where I do some other content for my lovely patrons, so you could go ahead and join me there. And if you want to help out the Muddy Cult leader as well, you could go to Muddy Cult Miko to support her, as she is the leader of the Muddy Cult blog. So yeah, until next time, much love, peace.